Waiting. There they are. Waiting for the second. I'm like, where are they? Waiting for the last second. No stress. No stress. All right. So both teams are here. Go ahead and welcome them all. Alrighty, and well, I'm gonna just jump right into it. Map ban time. There it is. We're ready to kick this thing off.
All right, so you're ready for them to get started on that?
I am, sir.
All right.
Look forward to seeing the choices. And, of course, more importantly, which side they're going to pick, because that makes a difference in how we have to handle things a little bit, but it's all good.
Yeah, everything will be on NA, so that's convenient, but
Yes.
we may have some team switches to do.
Yes, which brings me to a very unique point that we need to address. Where, yeah, we've just I think we've talked about this in the past, where we need to see if they're willing to implement this lovely little button that would swap team sides for us someday.
Yeah, that's a new one on me, Star. I never heard that on this.
Yeah. I think it was on a list somewhere years and years ago that I've seen with some quality life changes. But you know, someday. Oh, there we go. First one we're getting is Canyon Network, followed by Tourmaline.
And then Ruby. Going relatively quick so far, love it.
Nice.
And then Grim, and then
Mining.
finishing on Mining.
Awesome. So the next question then becomes swap or no swap. Sorry, choose one for me. All right, well, we got to swap right off the bat. Simple enough. Maybe. That team 2 is going for a full 12-man.
Yeah, they're still a little bit short, but maybe they can bring the last two in.
Maybe. If they can break that 1,000-ton mark there. Currently sitting at 955. All right, just waiting for JGX to, 5JDX. I knew I'd screw that up. Waiting for 5JDX to get their side selected for Tourmaline.
No, we're waiting on ABIN to choose for that.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, because it alternates.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the log, and it's really easy to tell on the log.
Okay, so yeah, so you're in the future compared to mine then.
All right, so ABIN picked Team 1 for Torm.
Okay, so we have a swap again going into the second drop. And a swap going to Ruby. We have to do this a little unique since we do have different tags on both sides. We'll have to make sure we confirm with them prior, just to make sure we got things swapped for the Grim drop as well. We're gonna get 5 swaps here.
Yeah, just swap every time. Easy start.
Yeah, right.
Somebody said volume seems low.
Yeah, I'm guessing it was my mic volume. Ewald, if it's my mic volume, let me know. I did turn it up as soon as I read that.
Yeah, so we'll hear in 5 minutes if it's better.
Right.
All right, so we're through the map ban from the looks of it.
And no swap for the last one. All right. Ooh, okay, so let's see. Easiest way to do this. I'm gonna start. Let's see, there's 4 members of ABIN. I'm gonna move all the non-ABIN first. Actually, hold on. Goodness gracious. I'm gonna move. Let's start with 5JDX. A couple of them. That's because this is going to be a bit of a pain with the way that it is. All right, let's move the non. Oh, hold on. Oh my goodness. Yeah. All right, let's move the non-ABIN. So let's see there.
I don't know. That 12v6 looks fair, Star.
Right,
Just
right,
leave
right.
it.
All right. And now I'm going to move JGX mixed with 5JDX. Get them done. All right, and now move the last three. Crap, hold on. Now,
Just move the 3 ABINs down and move the JGX and
Yeah.
Nash tag up.
Yep, let me move. Yeah. JGX. 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 Okay. Is that correct?
Will needs to move up.
Right.
And then that should be correct. All right, so now we need Canyon for the map.
Yep. Gonna get that moved right now. Yeah, like I said, it's when there's different tags, it makes it a little more confusing, especially when there's just little variances and everything. So I do not have teams memorized.
Yeah, that's all right. It just, we just work through it and it's all good. Just need teams to make sure,
Correct.
they don't have a spy or an imposter on their team.
Right? Hey, I just saw them jump into the catapult. Hurrah!
I mean, I don't remember if ABIN have brought that on this map, but I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think that would be a big surprise for anybody.
True. All right.
That or like the Mad 2C2.
Yeah. So we have Canyon up on the map strat. We do. Let me go ahead and hop over to that.
All right. So yeah, I'm not sure what 5JDX will want to do, but in the past they have often played more of like a trade plus Wolfpack style, except. And I know they've had some changes to their roster, but except in the finals last year, they played a lot more brawl and push. So I could see them maybe trying to set up like on this back wall if they want, especially in like Echo 5, to try and farm the push as it comes in. Maybe also up here, potentially over here with their kind of mid to long range mechs. And then you would expect the skirmishers, light pack, that kind of stuff to move up towards Theta, maybe even send something Epsi side and probably something more Kappa side at minimum to scout the push, because that's going to be really big. A big part of what hurts teams against a push is not knowing what direction it's coming from and setting up to respond to it properly. So that's kind of what I would expect. ABIN, I don't actually remember. I don't remember if we've seen their push strat from this side. So if they do bring a push strat, it's possible they'll just take the same route that 5JDX took last year, which was basically just straight up the ramp and just push straight into it was JGX at the time. So we could see that. If they're gonna throw a bit of a change up and play differently, they might play a trade strat where they might put something in junkyard up here and kind of along these raised canyons. Wow.
Hate to interrupt. Team 1's locked in place.
Excellent.
And right away, I want to note that Bravo's a full lance. Alpha Charlie have got 2 in each, so they could do a split both sides to try and get a bunch of caps going.
Yeah. Same time, the spawns don't matter nearly as much as they used to, so it could
they are
be
closer.
Yeah, it could be like the Charlie players. Windscape, I think, usually plays a light or a medium, if I'm remembering correctly. So maybe Windscape is going toward Epsi to scout that side. Will, I feel like, usually plays in a big, so maybe Will is going to go to Echo 5. And then on the other side, I feel like Ghosty is usually a big, and Django, I just don't remember. Might be a light player. I would expect one light on that side to scout Kappa at least a little bit, because you just don't want a team to pop up out of one of these canyons at like 300 to 400 meters, because that's going to be rough.
Right. We are getting a question over in our ticket. I don't.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah. I don't. We haven't done any yet. I think that'd be perfectly fine. I don't see why not. With some of those,
we could.
Yeah, with some of the back-to-back matches, we tend to not be able to have time. But
yeah, I do have something I'll have to deal with right after this, but we could probably do something brief.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Just waiting for Team 2 to get all their stuff locked into place. In fact, I'll go ahead and bring up the lobby here for y'all. Again, welcome everybody. This is our second to last matchup for Championship Series 2022. We've got ABIN going up against 5JDX. And then the winner from this one will move on to the grand final against AGX. Which does not happen next weekend. I want to make sure we do have a 1 week break. So the final will be on December 3rd. Currently scheduled at 12 p.m. Pacific time. Go over and check out the tournament page so you can see what time it is in your time zone, not off of anything that someone might post screenshots of in chat, in any discords or chats or anything, because those will not be as accurate if you're in a different time zone than they are.
Yep. So we have that break just in case something comes up, causes a delay or anything like that. But looks like we should be good without it.
Correct.
And looks like ABIN is getting close to ready.
Yeah, they were all green for a brief second.
When I was managing a team, I was always a little bit paranoid about having everybody go green in case things got launched before we were ready.
Right? Yes. Whoever the team lead is, you typically, or somebody, do not go green until everybody is ready, and they are locked in. Right. So.
And we're back on the game on the stream.
Yeah. Yes, we are. We're in the lobby. So, all right, here we go. We are launching. I'm ready. Controllers here.
Yeah, my only thought on the spawns from ABIN is I saw Bowser was an alpha. Maybe he's going to step on Sigma because that's closest to that cap point. But I mean, they don't make a huge difference.
Correct. Yeah. Now that all the strong points, the strong points, yes, folks, they're calling us strong points now. Now the spawn points have all been kind of moved into the same spot. Yeah, it does make it makes it a little different than previous years. All right, we got our 10-second countdown, and I'm going to hit my match button right on time this time because I've thought about it. There we go. Oh, I did forget to do one little thing, which I'm going to click now while I got a second there. So the titles, yes, the team names up top are wrong at the moment, but they will change in just a second, so there. All right, I am in Windscape's mech. He's in the Viper with heavy machine guns, micro pulse, and some regular machine guns. Kirin Yagami in the Arctic Wolf with Streak SRM 6s and SRM 6 Streak 4s. Ghosty in the Crusader 16 with small lasers and ERPPCs. Will in the Marauder with large pulses, heavy larges, ER mediums. Nice little mix of lasers there. Bacon Lord in the Warhammer with large pulse lasers. Polycat in the Mist Lynx with heavy machine guns, ER micros. Django in the Black Lantern with small pulse lasers, ER micros, and then a Monk in the Warhawk with large pulse lasers. And I'm going airborne.
All right, so from ABIN, we have at least a partial Lerm strat. We've got Texan in the Jenner 2C2 with 4 heavy mediums and a Narc. Temu in a 5 ER Mead, 2 heavy large Stormcrow. Scout Derek in a 2 ER small, 8 HMG Mist Lynx. Rick Rom in a 4 UAC 5 Mauler 1P. Exothermic in a 2 Light Peep, 3 UAC 2 Hatamoto. We've got Pelisaria in a 12 HMG Viper, and then Bowser is the Lerm boat with Novacat B with 6 LRM 15s and a tag.
5GX, they got a lot of them Black Cloak coming up all here on Theta.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be an Epsi side fight. Monk already taken a fair amount of damage to one of the side torsos on his Warhawk. And Django is just eating Lerms right now. I imagine Django's been narked, but I don't see any indication.
Yeah, he's got, both torso, CT, legs are all yellow, internals.
Yep, and 5JDX lights are going in. Ghosty is going to go down in a second. Ghosty goes down.
Didn't have time to click that
Pelisario's
one.
really shot up. Probably going to be the first to go for ABIN. Almost legged, but not quite. Exothermic goes down. Django goes down. Windscape goes down.
Wow.
Just next falling everywhere.
I don't have time to click on anybody. Stimrock, what do you got
goes down. Monk is just getting farmed by Bowser with those Lerms. But it's all spread at least, so nothing's fallen off yet, although both side torsos are open.
Scout, Derek, Monk, Polly, Rick Rum, everyone's just losing health left and right. Bacon, Kieran, everybody yellow.
Polly eating the Lerms now, I think. Yep.
Yeah, a little bit there. Yep, down to 40%.
I think Polly was narked because Bowser was getting locks even beyond the cover, unless that was could have been a UAV. Never mind.
Oh,
Polly's going to charge Bowser. Texan's there to try and pick Polly off, though.
Oh, Bacon goes down. Scout Derek goes down.
Looking fairly good for ABIN so far. Polly really shot up, but tying up 2 mechs. Bowser just going to ignore Polly and keep throwing Lerms at Monk, who's getting pushed by Rick Rom.
Was a Texan taking care of Polly.
Polly goes down, Rick Rom goes down. Will's getting Lermed in the back.
Oh. And what's left on Will now? No, Will goes down.
At this point. Kieran, I think, is legged and only has streaks, so trying to take down Stimrog. Not terribly effective against assaults, but you got to do what you got to do. So it's just a matter of time before Monk and Kieran go down at this point.
Yeah.
So I think that's the first Lerm usage we have seen in the finals, unless I'm forgetting something.
Nope, that as far as I know, that is it, and done very effectively.
Oh, and Monk and Kieran go down at the same time.
There we go.
So just a matter of time to grab a cap.
Yes, that pretty sure that is the very first time we've seen the Lerms come out in that fashion and executed very, very well. Not to say that ABIN did not get hurt themselves. The last 4 highest persons, Timu at 74%, Bowser down to 56%, Texan at 39%, and also Stimrog at 39%.
I'm curious how much Bowser did with those Lerms.
Oh, I think we're going to see some good
Probably
numbers.
Quite a bit, I think.
All right, let's see if I can get those map stats up and running for y'all. See those numbers in the meantime.
Oh yeah, so top damage from Bowser, 783, 8 assists, so shot everything, no kills. But I mean, that's fine. If you're farming away. And for ABIN, the other players, 629 for Timu with 2 kills, 408 from Texan and 3 kills, 551 from Stim, a kill from Scout Derek, a kill and 534 from Rick Rom, a kill from Pelisaria. And on the other side, I think just a few players got maybe taken out, focused really quickly, or farmed by the Lerms when they couldn't really fight back. But for a bunch of them, pretty solid damage. 603 from Kieran and 2 kills, 545 from Monk, 564 from Bacon, 434 and 2 kills from Will. Any big team damage numbers over there, Star?
Looks like the highest was Exothermic with a whopping 15.
Not too bad.
So very, very well controlled.
I guess nobody was taking Lerms to the back then.
Right.
when they were hugging a target.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get the map moved over to Tourmaline, and then, yes, we'll stand by for the next side swap. Alright, let's see. I so wish there was an easier way to do this. Oh, and the other team actually brought somebody in too. Okay. All right, I'm going to start by moving ABIN and 5JDX. Let's do that. ABN and 5JDX. All right. So I'm gonna move them up to there just so I can keep track. All right. Let's move Ghosty and Texan. Move Stimrog and Will. Exo. Kieran. Rick Rom. Polly.
Weapon Master has to come down from top.
Yes. 5, 6, 7, 8. And they had.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yes. Whew. Alrighty. So Canyon complete. And let's go ahead and get the map switched over and hop onto the map strat.
Yeah, so Tourmaline, we actually saw ABIN from this exact side last weekend, if memory serves. And from what I remember them doing, and I may not have the path 100% accurate, but they largely went like straight down this path and then pushed up into JGX and won that way. I don't remember. They may have had more mechs like off to either side. I don't entirely remember that, but I think they pretty much just ran down through Echo 6 and then found their paths up. And some of their mechs, they just jumped straight into Fox 7. So we'll see if they try and do that again. They brought mechs like the Catapult A1 with 6 SRM 6s with Artemis, that Mad 2C2 that they're fans of, kind of classic Wolfpack mechs at this point too, like the Viper, Mislinks. I think they brought the Crusader 6T for that, but I don't remember exactly. And from the other side, what we've mostly seen 5JDX play has been a more long-range strat on Tourmaline. So like, and I may not have all the mechs exactly right, but putting a big or two up in Gulf 6. I think they may have also been one of the teams that put a mech up in Echo 6. They might try and put something in Fox 7 as well, if they're expecting this push, and then sending their light pack up towards Theta. And if memory serves, they're also one of the teams that like to put a Pop-Tart up in Fox 5. I think that could be tricky if they try and do exactly that, just because it's going to take them time to get into their positions. And some of their mechs, like, if they have a Pop-Tart up in this area, that mech's going to be vulnerable. Their light pack would need to back off of Theta very quickly if a push is indeed coming. If ABIN decide not to push, often what we'll see teams do is utilize these spires near EPSI, as well as kind of the CSJ Hill area, and there's like a little cutout over there, and send Wolfpack mechs towards Theta to try and either get early damage on the enemy Wolfpack or sliver cap Theta for themselves.
Right.
But I don't know. We've seen ABIN pretty consistently play push strats, so
right.
They already have played a little bit differently with that kind of Lerm hybrid. So they might go back to kind of their bread and butter. But I don't know. It's always interesting to me in the finals at this stage, because teams sometimes will completely change what they're doing. Like 5JDX, I think, might want to change what they've been doing, just because, what they were doing before might have been the best strat against most teams, but later against certain matchups, you might want to change to respond to what you think the other team is going to do, or what you think is going to give you the best shot against them.
Right, especially since since all these matches are cast, you get to see what the teams did prior in all their different matches with different maps and the strats they used. So yeah, they change it up. You get things like what we just saw, where it's like, oh, holy crap, they weren't expecting that. We're sure of it.
Yeah. All right, so ABIN have locked.
Awesome. Next saying Bowser's YouTube channel in 2 days be like using lerms in a Div 8 comp. Gone wrong, not clickbait.
And similar to Canyon, the spawns kind of matter here, but they're not as important. Now, I guess seeing that ABIN haven't gone for Alpha Bravo, they might not be trying that central push strat. Maybe they're doing something a little bit different. But we'll just have to see. If they're Bravo Charlie, I would think there's a little bit of a better chance that they're going towards Echo 3, Fox 4, or Echo 4, I mean, to do more of like a trade strat with some of their mechs. But it could just be that they don't want to give away that they're going to the right side of the map by going Bravo Alpha.
Right, and also with this map specifically, you know, we've seen so far most teams don't think about, or they don't do Gamma or Sigma right off the bat. You know, they wait till shortly after things are started, and then, you know, once Theta is decided, then they'll tend to go out to Gamma and Sigma just to try and get that cap lead.
Yep. Yeah, it's just so risky out there. You're so isolated from the rest of the team.
And as we have seen on other maps and matches where, you know, you go out there by yourself to go try and cap it, and you end up running into non-friendlies, and it changes the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that can decide a match, especially if it's otherwise pretty close. Either because like you just can't get the cap pressure, and then you have to do something that plays into the other team, because you have to make something happen, or just, you know, you lose DPS.
Right. All right, so we're just waiting for Team 2 to ready up. There's 2 left. Already got my score sheet changed, so the name change will show properly, thankfully.
Excellent.
So one of those extra things, folks, is why, you know, when you're running multiple monitors and you can have everything up that you might need, our score sheets are very important in all this.
All right, so 5JDX is all green, but they haven't locked yet.
There you go.
All right, excellent.
Let's
no
go.
more need to speculate.
Oh, let's see what happens. Ready for more lerms?
I don't know about that. I mean, it can work, but there are all those crystals. This isn't, you know, back when all the objects got removed from the map momentarily, or I think it was for like a month or 2.
Right.
That was quite unfortunate.
Alrighty. Let's get over here. There we go. Texan are ready. There we go. Texan's in, and let's go. 10 seconds. Alrighty. Hopping in the first mech. I'm an exothermics mech. Let's see what they're rocking. We got the Crusader 6T with ER Smalls. Stimrog and the Summoner with SRM6s. Belisaria and the Viper with heavy machine guns. Bowser and the Executioner with ER Micros and large pulse lasers. Scout Derek and the Spider 5K with heavy machine guns and a small pulse laser. Rick Rom and the Catapult with SRM6s with Artemis. Timu and the Marauder with ER Mediums, heavy large. And then Texan Scrublord in the Mist Lynx with heavy machine guns and ER Micros.
All right, for 5JDX, we have Windscape and a Viper F, 2 MGs, 6 HMGs, 5 micro pulses, Weapon Master and a Hellfire 2 with 4 ER Meads, 2 heavy larges. Wait, I'm missing. Django in a Mist Lynx, 3 MGs, 5 HMGs, 4 micro pulses. Let's see, I missed the main body. Ghosty in a Crusader 6T, 12 smalls, 2 ER peeps. Kieran in that Streak Arctic Wolf again, 1 Streak 4, 4 6s. Will in a Mad 2C with 5 ER Meads, 2 LPLs, 2 heavy large. Bacon in a Warhammer 2C3 with 5 large pulses. And then Monk in a Warhawk C with 5 LPLs. So more of a mid-range deck from 5JDX with a wolf pack.
5JDX has a big old line happening here. Kind of nice to see a all organized here, just ready to take shots. 3 of them up in this, or 4 of them up in this spire. That's
Yep, looks like they're trying to focus Timu right now, going torsos, looks like. One torso is open already. But Timu is now out of the line of fire. Looks like Stimrog might be the next one to get it. Although Scout Derek is getting in, he has pushed Monk and Kieran out of their little hole in Gulf 6.
Yeah, they're all converging up here. Texan hopped in.
I mean, aside from Timu, ABIN have gotten in relatively clean.
Texan! Texan!
Never mind. Texan just got walloped.
Yeah, his right leg is ready to go.
And Exothermic went up alone, getting legged, and is gone.
Yep.
This is looking pretty good for 5JDX so far. Bowser, the next one to get all the attention. But Scout Derek and Pelisaria have dove in, and they are on Monk with help from Texan and Stim now. So it's just getting to be a mess at this point.
Yeah, Texan leg, CT.
Ghosty, I thought was legged. Nope, not legged quite yet. Texan goes down, so looking really good for 5JDX so far. Rick Rom goes down.
Monk just got legged.
Pelisaria goes down.
Yes,
Bowser halved, I think. Yep, Bowser's halved in that XC. Bacon goes down to Bowser. Stimrog goes down to Django. Timu's the next one, just getting pushed by everything. Bowser and Scout Derek go down.
Oh, wow.
Timu is the last one. So that'll be a 5JDX win, and a very decisive one at that.
Yeah, this little spot right here where they were all trying to jump up over the wall, that... Yeah, there's just too much focus capability by a 5JDX on that.
Well, yeah, I just wonder if they could get enough people up that at once, because what we saw Texan jump up and get smacked, and he had to run down immediately, and then Exothermic jumped up and died within, like, I want to say 10 seconds. It might have been less than that. So the problem was whoever went first just kept on getting, like, skylined and focused, and then they didn't have enough people up front to have, you know, consistent DPS to cycle.
Right. Alrighty, folks. Stand by for the damage numbers here. Alrighty, get those published, and there you go. There's your damage while I get the stats page brought up.
So for 5JDX, Bacon with 530 and a kill. Kieran with 453 from that Arctic Wolf and 2 kills. 470 from Ghosty. Good damage from the other players. Kills for Monk, Will, and Windscape, and 2 from Django. For ABIN, just less damage overall. Nobody cracking 350. 1 kill from Bowser. I guess the other death was from an overheat. Maybe somebody got Christ. So, you know, they just got focused down too quickly. Just weren't able to play that to their advantage.
And looks like Django taking the lead on the team damage for this one at 27, followed by Pelisaria. Pelisaria at 18. So not too bad.
Yeah, probably strikes for that.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
All right, let me get the map selected. There's that. Interesting reading what Simrock's putting in chat. Interesting. All right, so let me, all right, try again. I'm going to do this starting with 5JDX and ABIN for those moves. Let me get Ghosty move down here. Guy moved, okay, just organizing for the, it's funny, I'm organizing for the swap. All right, so weapon, ABIN, Windscaped, ABIN, Bacon Lord, ABIN, 5JDX. Okay, now Ghosty with Oops, Kieran. Oh wait, crap. Something moved. All right, hold on. I'm getting this all screwed up again. Hold on. Yeah, I need help with here. Something got screwed up. My swap.
Django and Will need to go up top,
Top.
and Rick Rom and Stim need to go down, as well as Exothermic.
Thank you.
And I'm just scanning again to make
This
sure.
Nash.
I mean, that looks good, but give me a second.
That slash. I did ask them to confirm that the sides are correct. So those questions. A couple of them had some freezes and stuff that were happening. So unique situations. And Bacon said sides look fine. Kieran said sides look fine. Awesome. Thank you for that confirmation. But yeah, sorry. Yeah, the little technical issue that occurred.
Yeah, I have heard of an issue that has come up. If I think it's something, if there's an ammo explosion,
Oh,
then that can cause like a light source issue and a performance issue, I believe. Like, I think I've witnessed that.
oh wow.
So I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. I have no way to know what happened. I didn't notice anything, but yeah.
Interesting.
Some things are just the game being the game,
Yeah.
and I think as a member of the ref team, the other members of the ref team, we'd welcome folks like letting us know about it, submitting anything they want to submit, but I'm not aware of anything specific that we have at the moment to deal with that, unfortunately.
Correct. Yeah, I actually did see somebody post a bug regarding certain map with a certain weapon explosion happening where things can go a little wonky. So, but
Yeah.
All right, well, don't forget, guys. You can capture this stuff, record it, whatever, submit it. People can take a look at it and try to start troubleshooting it. But all right, I got the map up for Ruby. Both sides are good. Yay! Cross that off my list.
So seeing what just happened, I wouldn't be too surprised if ABIN thinks a little bit about how they want to approach this. I don't remember the sides, although I think ABIN was playing from Team 2 last week, but I could be wrong about that. So when we saw them play this last, what I remember from their pathing, and again, it was like pretty standard push strat. They went over the middle, and they probably started low, so they probably went more like this, and then I think they went up in that way. They may have had some people jump onto the platform, but they basically just ran across and dove into JGX,
Real
who
quick,
were
hate to interrupt.
yeah.
Team 1 is locked already. Wow. Sorry, that came in. That all of a sudden popped in there quick.
Yeah, all good, all good. And what we saw from JGX was basically trading from these areas. So I wouldn't be too surprised if 5JDX tried to do something similar with a similar drop deck. Of course, last time we saw that worked out fine for ABIN, right? They won that match. We just had to wait a while for the PGI math to catch up on the tickers.
Right.
So we could see 5JDX try and do what JGX did, but do it better. Maybe see if there are things they can clean up from that, or even just bring like their own brawl strat, perhaps. But that kind of mid-range LPL laser vomit strat from 5JDX worked really well on Tourmaline. So, I mean, if I were in their shoes, I probably would try and do something similar to that, unless I thought ABIN would be changing things up substantially. ABIN, like they could consider a different path, like going underneath one of these, but it's hard to get up onto that platform. They could try and go underneath on the other side. That might be like the better path to get in close with minimal incoming fire. Um, but we'll see. They might also try and trade. And if they do try and trade, I would think they would be more likely to use kind of like maybe one mech in Echo 7 at most, but using kind of like the Fox 7 area and maybe like a Pop Tart in Fox 6.
All right.
And on this map, you do start to see spawns be a little bit more impactful. So we see 5JDX, Bravo Charlie. That means they're unlikely to send anybody to Kappa. I think the main team that was sending somebody to a side cap early in this tournament was GNX. Most teams haven't really been doing that. But we are seeing, well, we're just seeing ABIN cycle their spawns around, but it looks like
Yeah.
Bravo Charlie from them as well. So they'll
Right.
probably go towards the center of the map, at least initially.
They're good.
All right.
Here we go.
And with that win in the last drop, we're guaranteed to see Grim. So we'll see
Yes.
at least 4 drops, which is good.
Righty. Rubelite Oasis. All right, so just now is waiting for everybody to connect.
Yeah, just not touching any of the controls. So
Right,
don't
right,
bug
right.
out. Although we've had good luck on our end as spectators so far.
So far, yes. The most I do is I hit my number 1 key, so it gets me into the drop preparation and then right into the first mech. So, and here we go. I'm in Kieran Yagami's mech. As they're dropping in, let's see what they're rocking.
Reactor.
There we go. Arctic Wolf with the Streak SRM-6s and Streak SRM-4s. Monk in the Warhawk with large pulse lasers. Ghosty in the Crusader 6T, small lasers. Large laser in there, some ER mediums. Nice. Polycat, the fire starter with small pulse lasers. Bacon Lord and the Warhammer with large pulse lasers. Will and the Mad Cat 2 with AC5s and large pulse lasers. Webmaster, the Shadow Cat with heavy machine guns, small pulse lasers. And Django in the Viper with heavy machine guns and regular machine guns and some micropulse. That's it.
All right, so for ABIN, I think this is like their standard push deck for this map at this point. Scout Derek, Spider 5K, 1 SPL, 4 HMGs. We've got Texan, Scrublord, and a Mislinks G with 8 HMGs, 4 ER micros. Pelisaria in that Viper, 12 HMGs as per usual. Rick Rom in the Catapult A1, 5 SRM6s with Artemis. Timu in the Mad 2C2 with 4 ER Meads, 3 Heavy Larges. Stimrog, 8 SRM6 Summoner B. Exothermic, 14 small, or ER small, sorry, Crusader 6T. And then Bowser in a XE, although this time it's Quad LPL 8 ER Micro.
Oh.
So actually, I think that's a different build from him. I don't think we've seen that one, or at least I didn't notice it.
So right away we're seeing ABIN popping in to take over Theta, while 5JDX is taking a range position.
Yep, they're trying to build a firing line. Looks like Kieran ate a bit of a strike there. Yep, so they're getting some shots in on Stimrog as Stimrog tries to close. One leg already open on Stimrog. Polly and Django and Weapon Master kind of trying to screen, but attracting a lot of fire from Scout Derek and Pelisaria and others. Big strike coming in on Bacon. Oh, Exothermic got legged already, and one leg is very badly damaged as well. So he's not going to be able to close much further, but maybe he can jump up there. I'm not sure.
Oh, another strike just hit.
And Rickrom maybe is also legged. Yeah, Rickrom is nearly dead. So 2 mechs almost down for ABIN. Or against ABIN, I should say. Will pretty shot up as well. Needs to back off from that corner. Getting pop-tarted. Stimrog goes down. So far, I think this is looking pretty good for 5JDX, but you never know. Will eating a big burn from, looks like from Timu. Exothermic goes down to Ghosty.
Will's lost half his mech. His CT is crit.
Yeah, I don't know how he's still alive. He's got a lot of attention over there. Django getting jumped as well by 3 mechs, but Kieran and Polycat are jumping in to help out. Django goes down. Pelisaria, I think, is legged. Weapon Master goes down.
Kieran just got halved.
Must be legged, I think.
Yep, legged up, and the other one's gone.
Kieran goes down. So ABIN definitely winning the Wolfpack fight, I think. Will goes down to Scout Derek. I think 5JDX just need to finish off these light pack mechs and try to cut lines to Timu and Bowser, but it's not looking good for them anymore.
Well, Scout Derek goes down. Polly's legs aren't looking too good, but neither at this point.
I mean,
Yeah.
nobody's hurt at this
Nobody's
point,
good.
I think.
Everybody's hurt. Polly's the only one doing, well, Polly's a 65 in green. Timu, however, 73% yellow.
Rick Rom goes down. Polly gets a nice shot in from the back there. Pellisaria going to jump up and try and help against Polly, but Monk gets a burn as well.
Oh, there goes
Pellisaria goes down to Monk. So 5JDX trying to claw this back, but those bigs are going to be a problem for 5JDX.
Ghosty's right torso's ready to go.
I lost my cap display. What's the cap count at?
Currently 140, 355.
Okay, I got it back. I got it back. So 5JDX have the speed to get the caps. I think that's one of their big advantages here, but Polly's got to watch out for those bigs, because getting legged means the 5JDX can't play the cap game, and Polly is going towards Epsi, which is the same cap that both Texan and Bowser are heading towards. So ABIN might be able to just scrape by with a W on this just from the cap count, especially because Bowser is going to have a really good shot at legging or killing Polly here, and it's going to be really hard for Polly to... I don't think Polly can win that fight. They're both going to Epsi if you're seeing this.
Yep.
I mean, Bowser's CT open, but like I don't think Polly can get the shot, especially because Bowser can take range. Although if Polly can cap it and then run away, Ghosty goes down to Timu.
Yep.
Polly's got to be careful here. Not able to take the cap.
Yeah, Bowser threw a strike in there.
And Texan coming to take on Polly. Polly doesn't know Texan is there. Oh, now she does.
Leg.
Polly gets legged, takes out Texan.
Polly takes out Texan.
That should be an ABIN win at this stage.
There goes Polly.
Because it's just Monk. Monk is halved and doesn't have the speed, and Timu is also holding Monk in place.
Yeah.
So that should be
I think Monk just came out to try to get it over, maybe.
Yep, Timu's halved now with the other side torso open, but should be able to take Monk, I think. Yeah, Monk's CT open now as well. And it doesn't even matter if Monk wins this fight,
right,
because Monk's not going to be able to get the caps. You know, Bowser's not legged or anything. He can still zip around. I mean, as much as an Nexi can zip around.
Timu and Monk playing peekaboo right now. Oh, Timu drops down.
Yep.
Monk gonna follow.
But again, you know, it's pretty academic at this point. Yeah. And Bowser, it looks like, is coming in to give Timu a hand anyway.
There you go, yep. Bowser finishing off Monk.
So yeah, it initially looked very good for 5JDX, but I think they just didn't deal with the Wolfpack from ABIN well enough at that point. I think it was, at least from where I was sitting, it looked like the Wolfpack was what won it.
All right.
Although looking at the numbers, maybe it was the Wolfpack helping to facilitate a little bit of a farm for the bigs, actually.
All righty, waiting for my video stats to populate here.
So I gave a little bit of a spoiler on this, but 1165 and 2 kills from Timu, 527 and 2 kills from Bowser. You know, fairly decent damage all around for the other ABIN players. 1 kill for Texan, 3 for Scout Derek. So I think what happened was the Wolfpack was just harassing the 5JDX players, and that helped. I mean, obviously, Timu and Bowser are good, but I think that helped them have even better opportunities to take out the 5JDX bigs, just because they were getting hit from 2 sides, you know, and they kind of were picking their poison. Which side do they want to pay attention to? And actually, I didn't get a chance to look at 5JDX there, so I don't know if you can say some of their stats.
All right, so 5JDX, let's see, damage put out Monk 587, Polycat 323, Ghosty 405, Will 381, Bacon Lord 422, Karen Yagami 296, JP Django 171, and Weapon Master X 65.
All right, and so last side swap of the night.
Yeah, thankfully.
5JDX will need to win this one if they want to see mining and they want to have a shot to continue.
Something's not right because I swapped him spot for spot. Django needs to move, correct?
Yeah, Django should be on team
2.
Yep.
And then Will
should be on team 2.
Yeah.
Exothermic needs to move
Oh,
up.
Exo, there it is. Yep. Yeah, for some reason I was moving side for side, and all of a sudden the names swapped in the Lance.
Looks like somebody from 5JDX dropped out of the lobby.
Oh, yeah, I could do it.
So I think that's what it was.
No, I was gonna ask him to confirm. It looks right. We're good? Sorry, my bad. I want to jump on that. Good. Okay. Again, PGI. Bring me that.
It would help
swap
so much.
sides button. I know what it comes down to, of course, is needing to have resources and whatnot to be able to put that in. So, all right, I'm gonna hop over to the map strat. There we go. We're on Grim Plexus.
All right. So Grim Plexus, again, this is another more wide open map, so more similar to Tourmaline than Ruby in a lot of ways, I would say. What we saw from ABIN last time, which I think they were also Team 1, actually, so maybe they're going to do it again. Maybe they feel good about that strat, is they kind of moved most of their team over along this side, and they had 2 players up on this wall to trade. I think it was an Exy and a Blood Asp, although I may be misremembering. It was 2 assaults. No, it was a Highlander 2C with 4 ER peeps, actually, was one of them. And so they traded a little bit there, and then they kind of retreated over here. And from this area, you can technically hold Sigma and Gamma, and I believe they initially capped Epsi as well. And it just ended up being a big fight in this Fox 10, Gulf 10 area. I don't know if they'll try that again. I don't remember if we have seen them play another time on this map, but they certainly could try and do their kind of standard brawl push, or really I would say push strat. So we've seen teams do like a push through this area into Hamburger Hill, and you certainly could bring like the Mad 2C2 and the XC and use them as kind of mid-range support to a push. We also, from the other side, could see 5JDX like set up on Hamburger Hill, and often teams have set up on the Fox 7 corner. And based on how they've been playing, I wouldn't be too surprised if the teams ignore Kappa, at least at the start. Just again, because that's risky, but I would expect 5JDX to grab Sigma and then at least scout out Epsi and maybe try and take it as well. But I think we've seen 5JDX mostly play that kind of trade strat from this side, or at least on Grim in general. So I'm not sure if we'll see them do that. I think I wouldn't expect long range, like ER large. Maybe more LPL play, something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Kappa's religiously been a dangerous area.
Yeah, it is very risky. So often you would see like maybe one mech go over here, and if anything else shows up, they just bug out. So you send like something really fast, like maybe a spider or something like that. But with how quick these teams have been to engage each other, I wouldn't be surprised if they both just ignore Kappa, at least at the start, You can always send a mech over there later if you really need or want to.
Yeah, because one of the bad things in a larger map like this, losing your light capper right off the bat can be devastating.
Yep. And with teams usually using something like an HMG small pulse spider, I mean, like Scout Derek got, I think, 3 kills last drop with that. So you're giving up some DPS, a significant amount of DPS if you lose that as well.
All right, gonna go ahead and switch over to lobby view. Team 1 requesting a time check. So for anybody that has not ever watched any one of these, this is your first time, teams have 5 minutes to lock in.
Yep. They're all green, so I imagine we won't have an issue.
Yeah. Locked in. So team 2 now has 5 minutes to get down to 8 players and then lock in. One of the nice things is, when you've got a full roster, you bring everybody in, and then you break it down once it's your time to select everything.
Yeah, another thing we could see is like if ABIN want to play that Fox 10 Gulf 10 strat, 5JDX, if they have Pop Tarts, they could try and Pop Tart them from the Epsi side of that high ground. That can be risky because you might be just exposing like 3 mechs against a whole enemy team, and if they have stuff like that for ERP Highlander 2C, ABIN can still potentially trade pretty well against that depending. So we'll just have to see if they, if ABIN does do that, how does 5JDX want to approach it? Because they've seen it. I would think they should have thought about what their preferred approach to it is at this point.
Right.
JGX, they just kind of dove in and they managed to win the fight. So they might just decide, that worked for JGX. Why not have it work for us too? I don't know.
So, all right, so folks, this will either be the deciding match, or if 5JDX does pull this one off, then we'll be moving on to mining for the 5th drop, which is what I prefer. I like seeing the back and forth. This has done really well so far. Yep. ABIN taking the 1st and 3rd, 5JDX taking the 2nd. Will they take the 4th? We'll see.
And the last drop was the closest of the 3, actually. So the other 2, they were a little bit more one-sided in favor of one team or the other. But the last one, I think, could have gone either way. If a team had done, like if 5JDX had done a couple of things a little bit better, then they might have been able to win that one.
Right.
About 3 minutes left.
Awesome.
Do you have any thoughts on what these teams might try and do on Grimstar?
Not at this point. I've been kind of... the first one surprised the hell out of me, so I don't know what to expect. You get used to seeing a lot of the brawling, and then all of a sudden the strat changes, and it's like, wait a minute, it's not what I thought I'd see. But that makes for good entertainment. So yeah, I have absolutely no clue. We'll find out relatively shortly, because Team 2 is all green. And there they go.
Excellent.
The one in Alpha, full Bravo, and one in Charlie. Interesting.
Yeah, so both teams have some mechs in Charlie, which for 5JDX, that would be the Sigma side. But for ABIN, that would be the Kappa side. So they might send something to Kappa, or they just don't want to kind of completely show their hand that they're all going right. But we'll see.
Right. And Lush is saying, better see some Lerms on this map.
I don't know about that. I mean, it could work in certain circumstances.
Well, I know that I've happily done Lerms on this map before, so I know it does work. But depends what the other team does.
Yeah, and where you're going to fight as well.
Right. All righty. All right, I'm in Texans mech.
Reactor.
Here we go. The fire starter with small pulse lasers. Exothermic, then Marauder with ER mediums and heavy large. Timu in the Executioner with ER Micros and large pulse. Scout Derek in the Spider with heavy machine guns and a small pulse laser. Bowser in the Arctic Cheetah with heavy machine guns and heavy mediums. Stimrog in the Crusader 6T with ER Smalls. We've got Rick Rom in the Mad Cat 2 with large pulse lasers. And Pelisaria in the Viper with heavy machine guns.
All right, we've got on the other side Gogil in a Black Lantern with 6 SPLs, 5 ER Micros, Kieran in a Shadowcat D, 2 ER Meads, 5 heavy MGs, 2 heavy large, Polly in a Mislinks G with 8 HMGs, 4 ER Micros, Ghosty in a Crusader 6T, 6 smalls, 2 larges, 6 ER mediums, so quite a laser vomit loadout there. A Monk in that 5 LPL Warhawk C, Will in that Mad 2C with 5 ER Meads, 2 LPLs, 2 heavy larges, Bacon, 5 LPL Warhammer 2C3, and then off towards Kappa side, all alone, Django in the Viper F with 2 MGs, 6 HMGs, 5 micropulses. Kieran getting Theta for 5JDX.
That Pelisaria was scouting for it and saw the how close they were to Theta and gave it and called that off. They did take FC and Gamma.
Yep, so it's a 3-2 cap right now. Texan maybe thinking about getting Sigma, but really just scouting, it looks like, actually. Trying to get more of a cap on EPSI from the looks of it. And yeah, ABIN is going to the backside of the EPSI Ridge or Mountain Range, whatever we want to call that. And last time I wondered if they were going to try and go up to Sigma and take that, because I think like Scout Derek could run up there right now. I don't think anybody would really be able to stop him, and then they could briefly have a 3 cap. But my main concern with this ABIN strat is the cap control, because you're not going to be able to hold EPSI. 5JDX can take EPSI, I would think. They've got Theta, and they've got Kappa. So technically they can force you to come to them.
Yep, so there you go. 5JDX moving up to take EPSI. Scout Derek going up to Sigma.
Timu getting ready to Pop-Tart on them. But he's using LPL, so taking some damage. Oh, he overheated and shut down. No internal damage, though, so just That's a good. Light overheat, just a small nap.
I get a good view here. We got big mountain trying to get a view on over the edges here.
Wow, and Django actually also getting Gamma. So 5JDX are going to have a 4 cap in a minute. Pelisaria just kind of scouting out, but taking some damage in return. 1 leg in kind of rough shape. 5JDX, though, I think need to get balled up. They need Django to get off a Gamma at some point soon and join them. Because they're a little bit vulnerable to a push, I think, at the moment. Oh, Kieran about to get a broadside on Timu.
Oh, there you go.
Takes an arm. You know, he hasn't lost any of those LPLs, though, so no big deal, really. And it was the weaker arm. Oh, Pelisaria and Texan going in.
There you go, wow.
Light pack going in against 5JDX from ABIN. Ghosty gets legged. Ghosty is going to go down pretty quick here, as usual, for those Crusaders.
Yep. Will gets Pelisaria.
Pelisaria goes down first, though.
Ghosty's drops.
Ghosty goes down to Scout Derek. Texan getting focused next, legged, and he's going to go down any second. Texan's down. So far looking good for 5JDX. Will is very damaged, though, and getting focused by Bowser. Timu seems like the focused target from 5JDX.
Yeah, he's hurt everywhere.
And he's taken a lot to go down. Will goes down. Polly gets Stimrog. Timu goes down to Bacon. Scout Derek just got legged. He is down. Monk is down. Looking very favorable, I think, for 5JDX, especially because they have more fast mechs up. So they could technically play the cap game if they really need to. And it looks like Bacon's trying to get Bowser, maybe for that reason. Bowser's nearly legged. Bacon goes down to Exothermic. Exothermic getting jumped, though, by Polycat and Kiran Yagami. Bowser jumping Gogil. Gogil's halved. Only has 4 SPLs left. Exothermic goes down to Django, so now it is 4 against 2. And Bowser is one shot in both legs, and Gogil's gonna pursue.
He's gonna try and chase him. Up, strike goes down.
Oh, Gogil gets him
gets
with one burn. Bowser goes down. So this should go in favor of 5JDX. I can't see Rick Rom turning this around. Particularly, it's 4 caps against 1. I don't think he can even cap enough at this stage. Kieran just jumping in. Who cares if he takes some damage at this point, I guess?
Ollie jumping in, Gogil, and there goes Rick Rom.
Yep, right as Kieran got legged, I think.
Yeah.
So we're going to 5.
Nice! With no side swap. Thankfully. Alright, let me get the stats for y'all.
Alright, so for 5JDX, 586 damage from Kieran and a kill. Top damage for that side. Bunch of players above 400, 410 for Gogil, and 2 kills, 448 and 1 from Polly, 490 and 2 from Bacon. Also kills from Will and Django. And then for ABIN, Rick Rom with 670 damage, 412 and a kill from Bowser. Generally respectable damage from the other players. Kills from, just a kill from Scout Derek. That felt pretty close, but again, that Wolfpack, I think if they had needed to, they could have just bounced,
Yeah.
So the fight was pretty close, but because of the mechs that were left, they could have just played the cap game if they really needed to.
Right. Oh, good. Oh, we're on mining. No side swap. Let's do it.
Yeah. Love having these go to 5.
Yeah, right?
And on mining, I don't know how much the sides have mattered for ABIN strats. I think we've probably seen them play from Team 1 side, I believe twice. I think one of the times they basically just kind of pushed down this line against GNX and just kind of chased GNX around the map and wrecked GNX doing that. So we'll see if they do something similar to that. When they played JGX, their push was down this line, and then the main fight happened in like Echo 6. So we'll see if they try and do that push strat again, or if maybe they have a third lane that they've decided they want to take or that they might take based on scouting. For this one, they don't seem to change things up as drastically, but it's always possible they could have something interesting like we've seen in other tournaments. Stimrog has used what I'll call the box up here before for a Lerm and kind of scouting strat. He's used the dish over here before. This is one of those maps where due to all the different objects you can get on the elevation, you can see some pretty interesting things happen.
Right.
We have seen them play 5JDX on this map, and I think what they basically did was push over this way and murder 5JDX because 5JDX had set up like in kind of these spots, as well as I think they had somebody over here somewhere. I would be very surprised if 5JDX does that again, in part because, well, it didn't work very well the first time, and because they seem to be playing more this like mid-range, higher DPS style rather than kind of the long range plus Wolfpack style that we'd seen them play in the past. So we might see them set something up, maybe back here somewhere like JGX did with, I can't remember if it was 2 mechs, but definitely like Data and an AC2 Dire.
Yeah, there was 2 of them up there.
Okay, yeah, 2 mechs up there, and then have the Wolfpack screen in front of you. Probably send something from the Wolfpack to Theta. I think if you're expecting a push that's more to scout, and you probably want to have somebody like jump up on this line and jump up on the north side as well, just to see what's coming. That's really common on mining, is you want to have some mechs with, well, you want to have mechs with JJs in general, just because of the map, but also have specific ones that are going to jump and try and scout the north and south lanes as best as you can.
Yeah, I know. Just from what I remember seeing with ABIN so far with this is that north side just little cha-cha line push through and destroy everybody, and it's worked well for them.
Yep. It did not end up winning against JGX. That was the south side push.
Right.
But JGX also definitely set up expecting the push. So you do also have to wonder, if they see that 5JDX is trying to do that, they're trying to set up to receive a push. Does ABIN then try and set up to take a 3-cap, for example? Take Gamma, Epsi, Theta, maybe? Although Theta is harder to take from their side because, you can shoot through these buildings over here. There are lanes in between them,
Right.
which there aren't on the opposite side. Or maybe Gamma, Theta, Kappa. I mean, if 5JDX are really far back, you could maybe even take a 4-cap. Although Epsi gets risky.
Yes. Yeah, no, my experience with quick play dealing with those long range snipers, because of those the gaps in the building there become challenging. You end up getting trapped and can't go anywhere without getting hit.
Yep. So, I mean, they might just decide, if they are selling out to play against the push, maybe they try and, like ABIN, just try and pick their time right and be very decisive in their push.
Team 1 about to be locked in, and there they go.
Okay, good.
All right, let's see how quickly Team 2 gets locked in and ready. I'm excited. This is cool. 5 drops. 2 and 2, folks. So it comes down to one final drop.
On mining.
One team moves to the final. The other team takes third.
Yep. So we will see what happens. Looking at ABIN, they're split between the 3 spawn points. Stimrog is in alpha, so I mean, probably not a box strat, but maybe a satellite dish unless somebody else wants to jump up there on that box. Yeah, I don't know about. Well, Bravo is Texan and Pelisaria. Both of them have been playing like lights, or pseudo lights. So Mistlinks, Firestarter, always the Viper from Pelisaria. I don't know if we've seen Pelisaria in anything but the Viper. So they're probably going to grab Kappa, and then if it's a push strat, join with the rest of the team, or one of them grabs Kappa, the other goes towards Theta. From 5JDX, I mean, I won't really read too much into their lances yet, but Charlie Heavy could mean that they're trying to receive a push in a similar way to what JGX did. But again, I would expect somebody in every spawn, just because you want to jump up and see if you can catch what the other team is running.
Right. Scouting is scouting on this map is almost most important just because of all the different structures that are there that are blocking everything. So getting an eye on where the other team is going quickly makes a big difference. Yes, math hard. Please nerf.
Yeah, it would be really cool if we could have a little timer on here somewhere that was visible to people in the lobby. But team swap would be definitely a bigger improvement. I would say.
I mean, when you look at it, here, let me go to lobby view for a second, folks. Just if you see this, there's a space right here. The entire size of the mouse cursor here under full teams, and where it says no. And there's definitely enough room there for a side swap button, and then maybe a drop down to the right of that with a little timer.
You could totally put both of them there.
They would both fit. I mean, live. I know you're out there. I saw you in chat. Add that to that wonderful spreadsheet that you showed me, months and months ago, that has all of those quality of life requests. That would be kind of cool. One that you can either type it in or just preset timers, a 5-minute timer, 10-minute timer. That'd be a long lobby timer, but still.
Yeah, one of the things that could be interesting is if ABIN feel pretty confident 5JDX are going to play similar to what JGX did, they could bring more Pop Tarts because like that Dire is not gonna, it doesn't enjoy getting Pop Tarted.
Right.
But that kind of thing is really risky because you're saying, I'm pretty sure the other team's going to do X, so I'm going to try and hard counter it, and then if they don't do it, yeah, that's a problem.
Right. See, it's times like this where I would love to hear some of the Discord chat between between the team coming into the drops. I mean, I've overheard other ones, and it's interesting, talking about all the different strats that could possibly happen. And hey, if you're over here, make sure that you're seeing this. And here we go. Wow, that was quick.
Excellent.
All righty, let's do this, folks. Fifth and final drop. This is exciting.
Yeah.
All these teams have done exceptional jobs getting to where they are now. Kudos to everybody that's put in all of the hard work and effort to do this. So, you guys are what makes comp happen. Remember that.
Yeah, it's been really interesting to see the meta evolve. I feel like it was in a different place at the beginning of the tournament, for sure.
Yeah.
We saw many more teams doing that kind of old style bigs and Wolfpack, where the bigs were like long range, like ER large Goss and ER peeps and stuff like that. And they've definitely moved more toward LPLs and those kinds of builds.
Right. All right, here we go. Texan Scrublords Mechs, Mistlinks, Heavy Machine Guns, and ER Micros, Stimrog and the Summoner Bee with SRM 6s, Scout Derek and the Spider 5K, Heavy Machine Guns and a Small Pulse Laser, Exothermic and the Crusader with ER Smalls. We've got Rick Rom and the Catapult with SRM 6s with Artemis, Belisaria and the Viper with Heavy Machine Guns, Bowser and the Executioner Prime with ER Micros and Large Pulse Lasers, and Timu and the Marauder with ER Mediums and Heavy Large Lasers.
All right, for 5JDX, we've got Windscape and a Viper F, 2 MGs, 6 heavy MGs, and 5 micro pulses. Kieran in a Timberwolf A with 6 SPLs, 4 SRM6s with Artemis. Django in a Mislinks G with 3 MGs, 5 HMGs, 4 micro pulses. Bacon in the Catapult A1 with 5 SRM6s with Artemis. Polycat in a Shard with 2 SPLs, 8 HMGs. Ghosty in a Mad 2C2 with 2 ER Meads, 2 LPLs, 3 Heavy Larges. Will in an XCA with 4 ER Meads, 3 LPLs. And Monk, I believe, is the last one. Crusader 6T, 8 smalls, 6 medium pulses.
Yeah, and right away you can see what I was talking about. Django using jump jets to kind of scout out, seeing where ABIN is at. The Texan doing the same thing.
Yep, and ABIN are pretty balled up in one spot. I think they're trying to decide if and when they want to push. Looks like they might try and push this south side. We see Bowser, Stimrog, Exothermic moving up.
Got Derek on the far right side as well, moving in.
And Windscape kind of moving out. Should be telling Kieran and Monk that the push is going to be coming from their left. But they're looking the other way for the moment. Not that there's anything they can do with their range
right
this second, but they might not want to poke out there. Windscape has just been taking free damage from Timu this whole time. Timu and Bowser both, and is down to 85%. So that's not a great start to the match for Windscape, I would say. So I think, yeah, I mean, Timu and Bowser have pretty much been free trading this whole time. Just getting little scrapes of damage in here or there, and sometimes more than little scrapes. Ghosty and Will on the other side haven't seemed to have a whole lot to do yet.
Bowser took about 6% on that strike. Didn't do much to him.
Yeah, I mean, it's all spread, so it matters, but not as much as
another strike in right over Bowser's head, top right.
So far, RNGesus is on his side. Oh, he took one shell, 2%.
Not bad, not
That's
bad.
not bad. You'll take that if you're in
Yeah.
that situation. Django though might get jumped by Texan. Nope. So they're both definitely, the teams are just kind of feeling each other out at this point. Windscape down almost 20% though. That's kind of a lot for this stage. And caps are still in favor of ABIN. Stimrog thinking about trying to surprise a light here on the north side of Theta.
Yeah, I'm waiting for something to happen at Theta here.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen in a second. It's just interesting to see a team have Theta and only a 2 cap on this map. You don't see that very often.
All right, let's see. Monk, Kieran, maybe moving. Still deciding.
Ghosty might end up out of this fight if he doesn't move. I mean, I think his positioning is a little bit problematic if they're going to try and push, because any 5JDX push, it's going to happen somewhere where Bowser and Timu can shoot, but Ghosty doesn't really have lines on anywhere they're going to push. Although they might just be trying to secure, yeah, they're just trying to secure the 3 cap, just catch up. Maybe they want to force ABIN to push into them. Although I worry a little bit about Django's positioning here, because he is really close to ABIN and very isolated.
Just kind of going around in circles here at Theta, just seeing what people are going to do.
Yep. Polycat eating a little bit of that strike near Theta. Looks like ABIN might be pushing up towards the north side. Polycat doesn't see it coming.
Oh, yep.
Poly might know now and is backing off. But yeah, we've got 3 mechs set up there. At least 3 5JDX on the other side, ready to counter it. Pelisaria joining, so that'd be 4.
Yeah, Will's up top. Kind of be able to give an eye. Here we go. If Will sees Stimrog.
Django decapping Epsi, actually capping it, but is gonna not be able to get out of this without taking some damage.
Command confirming that we have possession of Kappa.
Yeah, Django is kind of stuck near Epsi at this point.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, ABIN could send Wolfpack mechs there to just make sure they kill Django, but it looks like 5JDX actually want to jump Bowser and Timu maybe at this point. They're being really aggressive on this side. They're
Here we go.
getting Bowser. Focusing Timu now. Probably going legs, I would imagine. Django gets legged. Timu's nearly legged. And they're just diving in.
Yep.
Bowser loses an arm.
No,
Pelisario.
Pelisario.
Django's about to die like any second now. Okay, he goes down to
He goes,
Scout
yeah.
Yard. 5JDX looks like they're trying to back off.
Kieran.
But like, Kieran's not nearly as fast as these
No,
Wolfpack mechs are
Kieran's
his
getting-
back. He
Kieran's
needs
getting
support
hurt.
from the team, but he's just wrecked at this stage. Halved. And now Rick Rom is going to start pop-tarting on these mechs, so that's... I feel like this is really good for ABIN so far. Bacon eating Pop-Tarts from
Exo just
Rick Rom.
dropped.
Exothermic goes down to Monk. Polycat doing a little bit of a flank there on the north side.
Bacon, Kieran, Rick Rom, Windscape, everything right over here.
It's hard to keep track of all the little brawls going on.
Right. Rick Rom getting focused.
Yep, just
Windscape
one
and
leg
Poly.
left to go.
And Rick Rom
he
drops.
goes down. Poly. Lots of damaged mechs for 5JDX.
Yeah. Highest damage.
Pelisaria trying to finish some of them off here near Theta. and ABIN is still up on caps.
Oh, Ghosty goes down.
Goes down to Derek.
Oh, Stimrog's down. Yep.
Stimrog goes down.
Scout Derek goes down.
Derek goes down. Pelisaria might be next. One leg left. Kieran goes down to Texan.
Oh, Windscape and a yep.
Windscape, I think that was a strike kill. Pelisaria. Bowser might have eaten a bit of that too. He's only got one LPL
He
left.
has a 19% health. Yeah.
Just still clinging to life. Bacon trying to finish off Texan. Texan, both legs open. One is one touch. I see him warping on my end, but maybe that's my connection. I don't know.
Let me go oversee.
Could have been terrain collision. Gets weird sometimes.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing Bacon and Texan both moving pretty smooth at the moment. Well, for,
Yeah,
for what
they're
they can
breaking
do.
off. Texan's just going to go take Sigma because, you know, they can play the cap game at this point.
They've taken Epsilon.
Oh,
5 JDX are catching up on caps.
Yeah, Monk-
Pelisaria goes down.
Monk dropping in on
Timu's in-
Timu.
Well, actually, legs are pretty shot up. So if Timu gets legged, that might decide the match.
Yeah.
Bowser's going to try and take Kappa. Texan's going to go help, but I don't think that's going to be enough. This might actually go for 5 JDX. Timu's legged. Other leg is one touch.
Monk being very cautious here, though.
Yeah, Monk, I think, just needs to sit on Theta. Like, you don't need to poke that Mad 2C. Oh, Timu's going to poke him.
Oh, the burn. Burn, 50.
Oh, Timu
Monk
goes down.
gets Timu.
I think this is going to be in 5JDX's favor. They've got the cap lead. They've got all the caps. That should be it. Texan's legged. Bacon just going to see if he can live long enough to see the end of this match, maybe?
The enemy has captured
Oh, there you go.
That's it.
We failed.
Wow. Talk about
all
going
right.
down to the wire.
Look at what is left. I mean, like, just parts everywhere. Someone needs to come. We need to call a cleanup crew.
Yep.
Alrighty, folks. There are your damage numbers. While I get the stats up.
All right, so for 5JDX, 691 and a kill from Bacon, 518 from Will, 605 and 4 kills from Monk. Really good performance from Monk. Kill from Polycat. And generally, you know, decent damage across the board. For ABIN, 831 from Bowser. So really good work from Bowser, as we've come to expect, or as we've always expected, I guess, for as long as I've been around. 542 from Texan and a kill from Pelisaria. 464 from Timu, and then, you know, kind of more standard damage numbers from the rest. So ABIN will be taking third at this stage, and 5JDX will be moving on to play against JGX in the next match in 2 weeks.
Awesome. Alrighty, and there was a request if they're around still.
Yeah, we'll see if they're interested.
Oh, so yeah, go ahead and tag them.
Yeah, if you want to take the lead on that.
Yep. Oh, but spelling would be a good thing.
It's about as hard as math sometimes.
Right? All right, just tag both of them if they want to do the. We're trying to do interviews with team leads or any team members who would like to join in.
Yeah, so we can give them a second and see. Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. There were a lot of similarities between the two drop decks.
Right.
Quite a good match. I think really some points where I thought ABIN were really well ahead there, and we're going to take it.
No, I was, like I said, I was expecting the full brawl this time, like I've seen with them do in the past, but they didn't do that.
Yeah, I think both teams were choosing their moments for that, and kind of leaning on their traders to be able to stand up and do their work. Yeah. and not get caught out, of course, because
Yeah,
that would
yeah.
really cause some snowball. So I think that push from 5JDX into Echo 4 to knock Timu and Bowser off the high ground was pretty important. Although they didn't actually get a kill on either of them, I think that helped to swing the match, even though at times it was looking like they might not have gotten the best trade out of it.
Right. Waiting to hear from either of the team leads.
Maybe they're just exhausted. They got to take a little
breather.
bit of a break.
Pee break.
Mop the sweat off their keyboard. I don't know.
Right.
Hopefully they don't sweat too bad though.
No, you got fans for.
At least here it's the colder season, so it more means that my hand gets cold and tight rather than getting too sweaty. At least, but
Yeah, it's 40 degrees outside right now, and so I've actually got a space heater running nearby just to bring the temperature up a little bit.
nice.
I went ahead and brought up the current standings page. Of course, the latest one won't be in there until live gets that updated, which I don't believe is going to be right away.
Yeah, but it'll be 5JDX playing against JGX again for first on December 3rd. And we'll see how that goes. Should be a fun set of matches. Last time around, it was pretty fun and pretty close from what I remember.
Right.
But you never know.
That is very true. Very true. Let's see. When was that last match with them?
Oh, I meant.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know if they've.
No,
I don't think they've played in this
they-
finals.
they have not. They
Last
haven't-
year in the finals.
yeah. No, they haven't played. They have not played each other this time around yet. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it looks like they don't want to. So.
Okay. No worries then. Alrighty, folks. Well, on that note, then, I want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting this. You guys are awesome. Next match up will be in 2 weeks, December 3rd at 12 p.m. Pacific time. Make sure to check out the tournament page. Matter of fact, I'll even link it. No, I'm not. Delay. Be sure to check out the tournament page. You can find those in the MWComp Discord to see when the match we played in your time zone. All right, thank you
Should be
again.
great. We'll see you next time.
Yep. Have a wonderful one, folks. We'll see you next time.